Welcome everybody. Here we're going to go over one of my favorite classes in 5th edition D&D, the Rogue. Specifically, we're going to look over how I plan Marcanus here to become an Arcane Trickster. So currently I have him here at level 3, which is where he gets to choose his path. I haven't yet chosen the path, since the character is still in development. Here, I have him set as a backup in terms of a campaign that's going on every Saturday. I'll see if I can sneak a few clips in, maybe another video. But basically, here, in order to be a rogue, one of the ways that you can have it is being the Arcane Trickster, or, as we can see if we transition over to here, at 3rd level, we could be a thief, an assassin, or it could be an arcane trickster. Look at it at the bottom of the page. Being the thief will allow you to be more like the original thieves from earlier editions, such as 1st edition, where your main specialty was basically sneaking around and configuring traps. Being the assassin helps you with being, once again, sneaky, as all of these will, and more so emphasizes the fact that you will have more emphasis on your ability to take people out as soon as you get the drop on them. If you get the drop on them, then they're dead, pretty much. But the Arcane Trickster is what we'll be focusing on this time. First off, we'll be focusing on the main traits before we get to the Arcane Trickster. Dexterity is going to want to be your highest, regardless of what rogue you're going to be. Of course, you can always have a higher charisma, which will get your... it will be able to help you smooth talk your way out of situations that you attempt to sneak through, but fail. For Marcanus here, we have a 12 Strength, 20 Dexterity, 14 Constitution, 17 Intelligence, 12 Wisdom, and 15 Charisma. I followed the standard 4d6, roll that, subtract the lowest number, you've got your stat. Perhaps later I can show you guys making a character. Maybe a cleric, because I've never made one. But, for now, we've got ourselves our 20 Dexterity, as high as it can go without the use of magical items or any other special book that you can get. Being level 3, he has a 1d8 hit die, which you start off at 10 hit points for being a rogue, because hit points at 1st level, 8 plus your Constitution modifier. You've got yourselves your 8 plus 2 for my Constitution, bringing me up to 10. And then I rolled 2d8, added 4 total for that, which allows me to come out to my 24 total. I rolled an 8 on one die, 2 on the other, making a grand total of 14. And because I have leather armor, as per the Rogue starting package, I only add 1 to my base AC along with my Dexterity modifier. We got up to 16 with only 15 without. So I'm only 1 better with my armor. But it's still phenomenal. Being a rogue, you can have proficiencies in the following stats. As soon as I zoom in more. You can have proficiency in the skills of acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth. Now, what I've done here, I've given him the proficiencies in acrobatics, perception, sleight of hand, and stealth. Where he gets history and persuasion from is because I decided to give him the noble background, as to kind of switch it up a bit. Having a noble person of high renown becoming a rogue. Now, usually you'd want to go for a charlatan. Charlatans allow you to have the basic It's basically the best choice for a rogue. Being a charlatan, you have the skill proficiencies of deception and sleight of hand. Now, those are absolutely wonderful for having with any sneaky character. Any character whose dexterity has to be high, and anyone who might have to talk their way out of a situation. You also get tool proficiencies with Disguise Kit and Forgery Kit, along with the equipment there. False Identity, wonderful thing to have. You can create a persona that is inside of this world, that officially exists. I originally went for this, but I decided to change my mind to go for the noble background listed there. Being a noble, I'm in a royal family who has some amount of high renown. This gives me proficiencies in history and persuasion, the fact that I'm noble, and I was pretty much taught these things. I also have proficiencies in 1 gaming set, 1 extra language, and I get a set of fine clothes, a signet ring, scroll of pedigree, which proves that I am noble, and a purse containing 25 gold. I also get the position of privilege. Pretty much common folk who know that I am noble will try their best to cater to me, which Marcanus really doesn't want. He doesn't like the fact that he's noble. He believes in the give what you earned, which is why he's decided to go back into the slum. He wants to go from the bottom up. So, with this, he's gained these personality traits, which I've kind of tried to reflect from my first edition character, which is where I'm taking him from. Personality traits. I play a lot of pranks, but always know when to get serious. That is Marcanus in 1 sentence. The ideal. He never wants to fail a friend, and he just about never wants to miss a target. If he misses a target, he's failed himself. He doesn't want to let a single being escape if he thinks that they deserve to die. His bond. He never lets his comrades die, and his pranks are harmless, mostly. And this ties into his flaw. His good ideas usually turn out poorly, with the fact that at one point, Marcanus attempted to fake being captured and then spring killing someone. That was his master plan in order to free his friend. That didn't go exactly as planned, and he got captured regardless. He was bound up with rope. He wanted to use his Ring of the Fist, but he forgot that it was out of charges. So that backfired immensely. Let's add that 25 gold from earlier. And I'll add the other equipment later that you get from the background. But that is the background of the noble, which has been given to Marcanus. Now, back to the rogue itself. Rogues focus on being sneaky, as you can surmise from being a rogue. The equipment from the base set is either a rapier or a short sword, along with a short bow and 20 arrows, or another short sword, in case you want to go with a dual wielding. You can have a burglar's pack, a dungeoneer's pack, or an explorer's pack. I believe for this, I ended up going with the... I don't think I went with anything yet, so let's decide that later on. And you get leather armor, 2 free daggers, and thieves' tools. That allows you to add your proficiency modifier to anything regarding traps, or anything else you need to use thieves' tools for. Along with having your standard set at first level, you get expertise, which allows you to pick 2 skills, or 1 skill and your thieves' tools, to gain double your proficiency modifier. And so for this, I've chosen Persuasion and Stealth, because Marcanus is going to be more of a... He's going to try and mince his words around things. Not only is he going to be able to be phenomenal at stealth, he's also going to be able to talk his way into things, or talk his way out of things. He might also be able to garner a free gold or two, maybe even a platinum, if he's lucky. So, doubly proficient in all of those. Skype's going off. But oh well. So, I don't know how loud that's being, so one moment. Put on Do Not Disturb. Yes, okay. So, Marcanus, this rogue, is going to be a mix of a con man and a regular sneaky sneak. But that's just the basics of the rogue. We go more in-depth as we level up more. Sneak attack is the biggest thing. That's basically adding an extra bit of damage if your enemy does not see you. It starts at 1d6 and levels up along with you as per the chart up here. At 3rd level, his 1d6 turns into 2d6, which is actually wonderful. Facebook is also going off. Reasons. God dang it. Okay. Thieves. You also get Thieves' Cant, an automatic language. No one can learn it except for thieves. Rogues. Rogues are the only ones that can have this. Cunning Action you get at 2nd level. You can take the following actions as bonus actions. Dash, disengage, or hide. Which means that if I wanted to, I could dash twice. Meaning I can go up to my maximum speed, double that, and then add it again. If I take dash as a bonus action, and then a regular action. So since I'm a halfling, my base speed is 25. So that's 25, 50, 75. If I dash twice, I can go 75 feet. That is insanely fast, I think. If I can only take 1 dash per turn, then I can go 50. Disengage, pull back from an enemy that I'm within range from, and I do not take any amount of attack of opportunity thrust upon me. And hide, I hide. Now here is the most important thing that we're going to cover right now. The Roguish Archetype. At 3rd level, I can choose this. Thief, Assassin, or Arcane Trickster. Arcane Trickster allows me to gain spells. I get 3 cantrips and 2 1st-level spells. So, with this, what we're going to do is we are going to decide our spells now. Cantrips I can cast at will, whenever I want. And they work off my intelligence modifier. Hence why Marcanus has a 17 intelligence, as opposed to, like, a 17 charisma. So, off of his intelligence, his spell save DC is 8 plus his modifier plus the proficiency bonus, which right now is 2. I hope that doesn't change right now. Yep, it's still a 2. So that means that down here, in my spellcasting, I have a 13 spell save DC and a plus 5 spell modifier. I know 3 cantrips, and I know 3 second-level spell, 3 first-level spells, but I gain 2 of them. So, I'll configure the sheet later to how I think it seems fit. But, first off, we need to explain why I chose the Arcane Trickster, or why anyone would choose the Arcane Trickster. First off is the Mage Hand Ledgerman that you get. Using Mage Hand, you can basically do all sorts of thievy things. You can take a creature, take a creature's item, or you can put something somewhere that's on a person. You can also disarm traps and pick locks from a distance, using the Mage Hand cantrip, which is one that I'm most definitely going to take. You have to succeed in a sleight of hand check. In addition, you can use bonus action granted by Cunning Action in order to do this. So, So as opposed to having to take an action to control this mage hand, I can use my cunning action instead. So I can pick a lock and attack. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure how it works. First time being an Arcane Trickster. 9th level, way down the line, 6 levels ahead. If I'm hidden by a creature, if I am hidden from a creature when I cast this spell, the creature has disadvantage on any saving throw it makes against the spell. So, I don't know the spells exactly, but I can maybe invade their mind. Control them. And at 13th level, I can distract a creature using Mage Hand. Spell Thief, the most powerful thing for this archetype. Basically here, I can nullify the spell that's cast on me, and I can cast it back, assuming it's part of my levels. And the maximum level that I can have is 4th level. And that's only at levels 19 and 20. So, having this, I'll be able to take a 4th level fireball, if I'm 19 or 20, I can nullify it, assuming I make it, and I can blast it back as that 4th level, without spending a spell slot. Which is phenomenal. I get a free fireball. But we are only 3rd level for now, so that's way down the line. And that's assuming Marcanus here survives. So what we're going to do here, we're going to select his spells. We know he gets 3 cantrips and 2 first level spells. This works off of the wizard spells. So we are going to come down into the spell casting, and we are going to look at the wizard spells. The wizard spells, the cantrips. So, first, we're going to be looking at, we're going to obviously grab Mage Hand. So let's put that down. Cantrip. Mage Hand. We can fill in the descriptions later. Now, also, as cantrips, I am going to grab, let's see, maybe I can go message, because I can be sneaky and send a telepathic message to someone. So let's grab message. So for my 3rd cantrip, I'm going to want something that deals damage. So for this, I can either go Acid Splash, Chill Touch, Firebolt, Poison Spray, Ray of Frost, or Shocking Grasp. They all cover the elemental type things. So for this, I'm going to have Firebolt. Let's have ourselves some Firebolt. Now, cantrips I can cast once per turn, as an action. So now I know 3 first level spells, but I can only cast 2 at any time. So, for this, I am going to grab, if I wanted I could grab Mage Armor, but I don't need that, because my base AC is already 16, which makes it difficult to hit me. I can grab, Charm Person is always a good one to have. So, we're going to grab Charm Person. Charm Person allows someone to follow my commands, almost. It's like a higher level of friend. They follow some commands. If they go against it, or if their thoughts go against it, they have to save. At least that's how I remember it. Magic Missile would be good, but it would be a waste of a 1st level spell for me. Disguise Self is a wonderful spell to have. So, we're going to have Disguise Self. It allows me to place an illusion all across myself to make me look like something else. I can also give myself false life. I can also have feather fall to help when I'm jumping across buildings, if I do that. Long Strider allows me to... If I remember, it allows me to increase my movement speed. Sleep. Now, Sleep and Silent Image are things that would help me a lot. For now, let's grab Sleep. I can always grab more spells later on. So, those are my 3 first level spells that I get. But for now, I'm going to have Sleep and Disguise Self set. Along with, obviously, Mage Hand, Message, and Firebolt are always going to be active. So, for this, we've decided our spells. And that is Marcanus in a nutshell. We're going to give him the... back to the packages. He's gonna get a Burglar's Pack. The Burglars... not Burgers. Burglar, there we go. I'll fill in the rest of everything else later. And the Poison Dagger is something that I got for sacrificing 5 free non-helpful items that I got. So, I have a Poison Dagger, which has a very weak poison in it. So, I have a Burglar's Pack. This is Marcanus, the Lightfoot Halfling. Welcome to 5th edition D&D Rogues. I hope you enjoyed going over Marcanus here, and I hope to see you all later. Keep adventuring. Odakitten, out.